Stand alone inside out. Stand alone. Oh, hey, I didn't see you guys there. Just cleaning some copper. Picked up a bunch from one of my plumbers. Cutting off the elbows and dropping them on the floor. I'm Mike, and this is my channel. And as you see, one of my plumbers had some copper, so just going through it. It's been rainy and crappy lately, but going through a bunch of copper. I've steadily been busy, but, you know, I'll be truthful, you know, I'm not getting a lot of people calling me right now. Prices are low, and, you know, the weather's been crummy, so people just aren't really cleaning up their properties and wanting to do much, and I don't blame them. I mean, in the past week and a half, I think we've gotten like 10 inches of rain. A lot of places have been flooded, roads are closed. But, yeah. Show you what we're doing here today. A wise man once told me, once you know how to make money and work hard, you'll never be poor. Well, this is how I make my money. Alright guys, so picked up some copper from a plumber friend of mine. He had a bunch of this stuff, you know, some stuff here, a lot of air conditioning line, a lot of number 1, you know, clean stuff. So I'm just separating it out so I can weigh it. But filled the brass bucket. That's pretty nasty. Working on this number 1 or number 2. That's a number 1, which will be full. That toter's full of copper. Picked up a bunch of copper gutters and stuff. Electric motors are getting full. Bunch of batteries. And here's all the P-tube from the air conditioners. You got to strip that white stuff off, and then some of it, showed this before, some of it is clean copper underneath, some of it is this epoxy crap. So you got to strip it with a razor blade. It comes right off. But Xander's going to come and do a couple air conditioners. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this one's an aluminum pipe cleaner style. Like this train unit here. Oh, there's a head unit here. But as you see, we cleaned all the aluminum out. Them boats are gone. I did aluminum run. And all my dirty aluminum. I had 1,800 pounds of dirty aluminum and 1,200 pounds of clean aluminum. It was a grand total of like $1,300 for the day. And then my big trailer's still at my buddy John's dump trailer. We were loading this stuff up yesterday. Well, I was. And as you can see, a bunch of water heaters and appliances I picked up from a garage. Got a bunch of metal there. All the metal's got a value, guys. A lot of you guys that watch my video want to see what we do. Don't even ask about that. That's a pile of garbage that I don't care about. And the back of the Tonka truck here. Some wire. You can see everything was oily from those engine blocks I picked up, and a lot of stuff I had over there. It just was really yucky. But I haven't put a video out in a while. I've just been pretty much unmotivated to do much. You know, when the weather's crummy, you just don't really want to do much. I did strip out a lot of electric motors, and I posted a picture. I guess I still got one down here. But I stripped out a lot of electric motors and transformers. Got a bunch of copper like that out of it. Lots of this stuff. I ended up doing like 100 pounds. One day it was raining. It adds up, takes time though. And then that's the coil out of that blue tank over there. But yeah, a couple little air conditioners we ripped apart. You know. Just been really slow lately. I don't know exactly what's been going on. I mean, prices are going down and down and down. So, I don't know, guys. Copper prices are still all right. So that's why I'm trying to get this in. Going to be doing a run here probably by the end of the week. Today's Thursday. I was hoping to get some good old air conditioners done. And, you know, just really just try to get them done so I can bring them in. I got 2 aluminum wheels here, and there's a tractor trailer wheel back over there. But, yeah. We also got 2 of these indirect water heaters with the copper tanks. These have been sitting here a while. That one's a bigger one. And in these you get a bunch of little electric wires, and there's a little pieces of copper in here if you guys want to trim all the wires out. I just go straight for that. An electric motor, little electric motor there. Same thing with this one, little electronic boxes and stuff. I don't get that crazy. I just grab copper, and there's also some aluminum pieces in here too. You know, this piece might be stainless. You never know. I gotta hit it with the magnet. But my buddy dropped these freaking tanks off. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with them. Can't take them to the scrapyard, so I'm gonna wait till he comes back, put them in his truck, and tell him to take them back. But I got another one of these blowers. Electric motor. These just come right out. These are the ones I've been stripping out the copper on. I haven't found the electric one, an aluminum one yet. Got an old milk can and that old table set. But yeah, there's always something here. I'm going to bring that to my buddy John, have him clean it up. It's actually cast aluminum. Usually they're steel or something like that, but that one's cast aluminum. But yeah, so the reason why there's a lot of appliances on here that I usually don't get anymore. My brother's been sick, so he has been picking up at the appliance place. So I've been going there, and other people have been going there and stealing the appliances, which they're not supposed to do because we have permission to take them. Everybody else doesn't. They just figure they can go back there and take them. So I got to go over there later today, and hopefully I got to pick up a 120-gallon water tank. That's an 80-gallon up there, so it's bigger than that. So I'm just going to back the truck up and tip it on. I don't know, guys. This has been weird lately. I was up there at that farm clean out. I was up there, and I didn't really film much because I filmed a little bit, and then I asked the guy after I filmed, and he's like, oh, you know, I'd appreciate it if you did. And I'm like, so after I posted the video. But so I could show the loads and stuff and everything, and I have pictures, which I'll probably put in here. Let me pause it. Yeah, as you can see from those pictures, I pulled a lot out of it. I pulled almost 20,000 pounds out of there in 5 loads, not including the aluminum and copper and brass. That's why I had so much aluminum. And then I had all that copper. I filled that toter in another one, and that can got filled up with brass pretty easy. That one air conditioner came from there. The truck wheel came from there. A bunch of these big tractor trailer rotors or hubs. These came from there. Now it's kind of funny because there were some other rotors there too, but there's about 10 more of these. So I'm also going to do a video of weighing these up. Like those, I don't know, that's a weird style one. But these ones are from tractor trailers, dump trucks, things of that nature. So I'm going to weigh these up and give you guys a total and weight on them. So if you ever see somebody who has them and they want you to buy them, you know. Last time my rotor pile averaged 19.8 pounds for 1,000 rotors. So that was a pretty good test. As you see, there are a lot of big Super Duty rotors I get and stuff. But that's something totally different than me complaining about the weather today. But yeah, that farm up there, there's a set of bulldozer tracks. And like I said, I did 5 loads at it. I pulled 20,000 pounds out of it. The one load was light. We did the first load was 10, if you see from the video. It was whatever we could put on there, and we took all the copper and good stuff out of there. But the guy informed me that there's a shed full of buckets of copper, brass, And there's another big pile of aluminum, all aluminum siding off the one garage they tore down. And there's just a bunch of crap up there. So that's going to... But he's gone for 2 weeks. I was going to call him this week to see if I could, get that stuff out of there this week. But I just haven't called the guy until... I wanted to tell him I was on the property. So, come up whenever you want. But I said, I'll text her. I have his wife's cell phone number. I was going to text her and just say, hey, I'm on the property today, getting things. But like I said, we had rain and some roads are closed. So I would have to... Where I would have to go. So... It's about 30 minutes from my house, but I got to take a detour, so it makes it 45 minutes. So I got to go out of my way to go around to the highway to come back down. And then when I go to the scrapyard, I got to go back that way, so it makes it even further. Because I was going to take like this dump trailer that's not that full, go over there, maybe today if it wasn't raining or whatever, tomorrow, and fill it up, and I'll just run it in. But who knows if I'm even going to get to do that. Things don't work out the way you plan all the time. This stupid air conditioner. I just hate when it's rainy and just crummy. The weather has just been... Hello. Are you brass? I don't know. Made me trip over you. So how you test this stuff, you get something like that, you don't know if it's aluminum or die cast or whatever. What you do is you take your tongue and you lick it. Nope, never go brass to mouth. So, hold on a second. Let me scratch this. Yeah, that's brass. See, a lot of times these things aren't, but you can tell by the weight. The aluminum ones will be lighter. We took apart a brass bed frame. An actual old brass bed frame. And then there's a bunch of stuff. This stuff is new that he gave me. But the brass bed frame wasn't it was all broken. The pieces were taped. Oops. But that's a pretty heavy, gnarly bucket. And I've just been sorting things, and guys, I just don't know, man. I just don't know half the time. I don't know. I don't like when the weather is shitty like this. It just makes you feel down and everything. Everybody I've been talking to has just been like, oh, I'm tired all the time, and the weather. Well, it was nice there, dude. We were rocking and rolling. We were up there at that farm. Me and Lunchbox, Xander started a job. He's doing, working for UPS, so he works in the mornings. That's why he's going to be here around 10 o'clock. I told him, take your time, He's gonna work from 5 till 10 or something like that, or 4:30 till 10:30 or whatever, and then drive here from Scranton, so he's got an hour drive. Told him, relax, to stop, get some breakfast and everything, come over, because if he doesn't do this today, he can do it tomorrow to help me out, I figured if he was doing the air conditioners, I could finish this copper and brass up and everything, But it is what it is. I mean, who doesn't like copper? And I know you guys are going to be like, oh, you're lucky you got people that give it to you. Well, I do a lot for them. And I've said this numerous times in my videos. They're like, oh, guys by me don't get rid of it. Well, guys by me don't want to get rid of it either. But when I help them out and I haul away their water heaters, their boilers, like that big 100-gallon, that was in the backyard. I had to wheel that all the way around their yard. And then get into an argument with some asshole there. And it was pouring rain yesterday. I was soaked. It took me 10 minutes to get that thing. I had to pick it up over a rock wall and everything. It was just terrible. And that's the things I do. He couldn't get that big ass thing in his van. And it's got to be 150, 200 pounds. You can't pick it up, put it on the dolly. I used my big wheel one right there, as you see. I use that big wheel dolly. But, technically the guys aren't giving it to me. It's just I help them out, and I haul away a lot of crap for them, and I pick things up at the houses for them, and I give them a hand taking things out. Like the other day, that boiler that's out there, that I didn't even really show it, the blue one. That was at a house. We had to take that out, and the guy's like, oh, I can't get it out. And I'm like, oh, sure, no problem. So we wheeled it out and everything. Give him guy an extra hand and everything. So instead of him going in his pocket and throwing me a tip, and I took a coil out. I got a coil out of that and a couple pieces of copper out of that boiler, which was good. And it was only 3 minutes from my house, so it was close. And then I got to drive far for it. I mean, everything's a far drive for me, but so when they hook you up, you hook them up, they hook you up. You get a lot of brass room, you get a lot of copper, get air conditioners. Sometimes it sucks with the adventures they send me on, but I mean, this can's about 45 pounds mixed with copper and brass. It's a brass fitting. You can tell by the pittingness. These are the only things. These perm press ones, they're copper, but inside here they have a rubber O-ring. So even though they're not soldered on, they have a little O-ring. So you couldn't throw a piece like that in for number 1 with this piece of diarrhea on it. So just cut off the number 2. Don't really matter. You see there's more of these newer brass pieces in here. This is just what I've been doing, sorting, separating. I have Xander's father coming and changing the elements in my water heater. I guess I have a bad element, he said. I don't have much hot water, so that's what we're trying to fix today. He's coming. He did it last time for me like 6 years ago. And it was the same thing. It was a bad element, so. I don't know, guys. Just been down lately, and I just been not too motivated again. I don't know. But I do have to get back up there at that farm. Oh, I do got to get back up there to that farm, and I have to finish that job. But he just told me the other day, he said there's tons of stuff. He said, I didn't even show you the stuff in the back of the property. So, I mean, I'm not really going to complain. But I don't care if I have work to do. It's just, you know, with Xander working and Joe sometimes not wanting to work or not working, you know what I mean? Or having a busy schedule himself. And the guy's got a life. Today he's not here because he has a doctor's appointment at 9:30. He's like, oh, I'll probably be back by 12. I'm like, I mean, if it's rainy and nasty like this, I'm not going up to that farm. You know, look at it. It's misty, rainy. 7 o'clock in the morning and it's just yucky out. But that's my rant video for today, guys. I don't know. I'd like to go live and show you guys me cleaning copper and stuff, but it's mostly just me cutting with the Sawzall, cutting them pieces off. I mean, most of you guys that watch my channel already know, you know, older generation of people. Most of my YouTube channel is 45 and over. If you don't really know how to do this by now, I mean, kind of late in life to start. Oh. But that's that boiler we took out. I don't know, guys. I hate this weather.